Bi-Weekly Always Geeky podcast about all things nerd. My name is Sindre, and with me I have my magically gifted friend Åvar.
Hello.
And my older edition, the nerdiest of Nords, Ørjan.
Yo.
And this podcast is a product of Nords and Nerds, a media group where we stream Dungeons & Dragons on Mondays, Magic the Gathering on Tuesdays, and release an episode of Talk About Nerds and Game Night every other week. You can find everything we do on YouTube, Twitch, and Spotify at Nords and Nerds. Today's episode is sponsored by Victory Point, your local hobby store in Bryne, Norway. Victory Point has a large gaming area where the communities and in-store play are the number one priority. If you're looking for a new Warhammer army, or if you're interested in buying the games we're talking about, check out victorypoint.no. Currently only ships to addresses in Norway.
Victory Point, the starting point of your victories.
Okay, guys, we're back again after a little break.
A small break.
Small break. I had a wedding to attend, and then I had a house.
What? You got married?
Yes. No, wait, no.
Yes. No. Wait.
No,
No. Yes.
no.
Yes. No. No. No.
Oh, the missus's
Little
sister
Leo.
got married
Mm-hmm.
in Drammen. And then I moved into my new house last week.
Oh my God.
And I'm still tired from that
Mm.
ordeal.
You will be for a long time because
Yep.
you haven't unboxed
No.
everything.
I just had another trip to IKEA 2 days ago and had to go back yesterday to pick up more of the stuff that we bought because we couldn't get everything in one hole. And right now my garage is just filled with boxes.
Baxes.
There's a couch, there are bar stools, there's a wall charger for my car that's still unpacked. I have a
Mhm.
robot like vacuum cleaner sitting in my garage unopened. I have a
Why?
microwave oven because I have 4 cats.
Yes, but you also have central vacuum.
Yeah, but then I need to do it.
But the important part of that sentence is you have a garage.
Yes.
I have a garage. Yes, I do.
You have a garage
It's
that
pretty
is
big.
yours,
Yeah, and it's pretty big.
not a shared one.
Yeah.
I have collected, what's it called? Communal garage and a private shed.
Yeah.
In the
That's the
garage.
same thing I had at my previous place.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
With your
It's so
own
much
garage?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you want to sand something down, you can just do that because the neighbors can't complain.
Yeah, right.
Or I can do it like outside my garage on
Yeah.
my,
In your driveway.
Driveway
on my property.
Yeah.
on your property.
I actually found out that the garage takes in a little bit of water when it rains a lot.
Then what happens?
A little bit of water seeps into the garage.
It gets
That's
slightly
poorly made
flooded.
then.
Yeah.
That's poorly made.
So I realized, oh shit, I own this stuff now. So I can actually remove some of the bricks. I can put in a, what's it called?
Trench.
Drain
Yeah.
Yeah.
for all the water and then
A
a
waterway.
grid above it.
Yep.
That's,
You can
that's
do
thing.
all the things you want.
It's
Yeah.
so amazing.
You can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an elevator for my tires.
Yeah, that
That's cool.
laziness.
That's
laziness.
cool. Yep.
Weak boy vibes.
Yeah, no. So I haven't really been doing that much the last few weeks in
You
terms
haven't been doing that
in
much.
terms of nerdy stuff. I have seen most of She-Hulk so far.
Same.
Same.
Which is
Good.
quite good.
I haven't.
I recommend it.
I've only actually seen episode 1 and 2, I believe.
I've
We're on-
seen 3 episodes, I believe.
We're on
I've seen
3 now.
4.
Yeah,
Four?
The 4th one came out today, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't had time yet. We work daytime,
haven't had the opportunity.
so that's what I'm going to do tonight.
Yes,
Watch
same.
episodes 3 and 4.
But I have, for my part, I have watched She-Hulk as well. And I have also gotten to start on season 3 of The Boys. It's
About
also
time.
excellent. Yeah,
Cool. Season 3, is that the newest one?
I believe so.
The one, no. How far have you gotten into it?
2 or 3 episodes, I believe. So not that far.
But that's enough for the new character.
Soldier Boy.
No. Well, yes, but no. He hasn't been on screen yet.
No, just rumors.
So right
talks,
before.
And yeah,
I'm waiting for it. Yeah.
I've watched. I believe in 2 days I watched most of Stranger Things season 4 while working. That series somehow got degraded to a show that I can watch while working because I don't care enough about it that I need to solely focus on it.
But it has D&D.
But it's still good.
It does have D&D and Vecna.
It does, but like at this point, the Demogorgon is like, oh, another Demogorgon, cool, bye. It's like Demogorgon is a really, really powerful
Big
creature,
issue,
and it was in season 1.
Yeah.
But now they're like, throwaway comment.
Telekinesis powers. Where?
They even have a comment about it that if the Mind Flayer is sort of the the overlord, I don't remember what they say, but the chief, the king,
whatever.
Then they say, then that means the Demogorgons are the foot soldiers.
No.
And Vecna is the 4-star general. And I'm like...
No. Opposite.
In the show, it makes sense because that's how they've put it up and made it, and you always have to have the new bad guy be the worst one.
Yeah, but D&D lore says Vecna baddest, Mind Flayer slightly less bad, and Demogorgons slightly less bad again.
Yeah, and that's very interesting because especially Mind Flayers are very common, and they're just another race that have...
No, not common.
They're common in the underworld and the Underdark. There are many of them.
No, not really. There are not that many Mind Flayers.
No, not that many, but compared to like this one big creature in the Upside Down in Stranger Things.
Oh, you mean the Demogorgon?
No, the Mind Flayer. There's just one Mind Flayer.
Oh, yeah. There's more than one.
Yeah, Mind Flayers are sort of they're a hive mind creature.
Yeah, if you find one Mind Flayer, there is at least a couple of other ones and one central brain, which I do not remember is what it's called.
And Demogorgon has sort of in its name that he's a demi. He's a demigod.
Partial.
Yeah. He is a partial god.
No, he's a partial Gorgon.
Partial deity.
No.
He is a deity or partial deity.
Demigorgon.
Yeah. Yes. In the lore.
Okay.
Well, Vecna is Vecna. He's awesome.
In D&D, Vecna is a god as well, I believe.
Yeah.
God of Undead?
Have you guys seen Stranger Things?
No,
nothing.
It's one of those shows that I tried to start watching and it's like, nah. So I'm probably, if I watch it, it'll be when it's all finished.
Yeah. It's pretty good, but it's, as I say, it's been demoted to I can do something else while watching it. Like I can't do anything else while watching She-Hulk because I want to catch everything.
I didn't need to see the twerking. That wasn't necessary. It was nice, but wasn't necessary.
The behind the scenes of that is even more funny. Because she's on top of platform, so she gets higher and in full mocap suit.
So I've heard a lot of complaints about She-Hulk. In that she transforms from a small woman into a
large
woman with larger proportions.
Yeah, like that doesn't make sense.
She's not scaling up. Like her breasts are not scaling like the rest of her body.
Yeah.
She has cartoonic proportions.
Yeah.
True.
She's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Well, not completely cartoony, but I do agree with Sindre that things do not scale like they should. But to be fair, is it Bruce Banner?
Yes.
Yeah. He does also not scale flat up.
Definitely. Tiny head.
He has a tiny head and his body is almost as wide as he is tall.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she scales like
more
over-sexualized while he scales
wide boy.
What the fuck are you?
Yeah.
And that's sort of the complaint. And I don't care that much myself, but I understand it. And I think that they could probably have been a little bit smart about it.
Yeah.
And made her like just scale her up, make her bigger, stronger, like make her powerful, not sexy.
True. More Hulk.
But then she'd be less comic accurate.
Yeah, I know. But that's fine. We can change how things looking. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
So look, for example,
good,
but look, for example, at WandaVision.
Yeah.
She's a lot more grounded in her look.
In the end, she's pretty much a copy-paste from the comics.
Yeah, more or less.
Not really.
Yeah, the costume she uses...
yes and no, but
they're removing the booby part.
Yeah, and I believe in the comic book she wears a leotard.
In the show, in WandaVision, she uses the actual comic costume as a
Halloween costume, yes.
And then she has a...
modified modern version.
Yeah, and the same
fine.
thing happens in She-Hulk because she doesn't wear spandex like she does in comics. She wears a suit.
Yes.
Yeah. But what I mean is that you can also change the proportions of certain things if you want to.
Yes.
Sure.
To be fair, I will
sense
say something, which is not meaning I'm positive to what they did with She-Hulk, but sex sells,
I know.
Yeah,
which
very
is
much.
just fact.
And it might just be me, but I haven't seen She-Hulk as a sexualist show at all, even with the whole dating thing.
As far as I know, a person that's called Stigi, when she hulked out, I went, ooh, big lady, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that they're alienating a lot of the audience that they're themselves really trying to sell to with She-Hulk, because it's a very feminist show.
I am in complete agreement with the scaling should have been done better.
But also, if you see sexualization in that show, you're looking for it.
True.
Hard.
True.
Yeah, but that's the problem. They don't see the show yet. They see the images.
Yeah.
And that sort of stops them from even wanting to start the show, because another one of those.
Yeah, but then if you do anything else, you'd have just as much complaints from everyone else. You only hear the ones that have something to complain about.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people
don't feel like losing out on the weeps is really a big loss for anyone.
No.
But the same
I think
people...
that's the best type of people you can alienate, is the people who would sit and post to... I saw some posts...
Wetlord about
Reddit
something.
and stuff like that. It's just terrible, talking about like... This was actually a Magic the Gathering post with like these throw pillows, like large body-sized pillows.
Of like
was,
Liliana and stuff like that.
But also one of the men...
Oh, Garuk probably.
No, the
forest boy.
Jace.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he wasn't sexualized. These weren't sexualized. These were just body pillows on one of them.
Yeah, I understand.
And one of each. One of Liliana and one of Jace.
Mm.
And all of the comments were, oh, I wonder how many people have cummed on that one. And that was like all the comments going down. And it's just...
Yeah, go watch any media on Twitter or something, and that's the comments for everything.
Yeah, I know.
More or less.
But that's why I'm saying I don't feel like it's a big loss to alienate these people.
No,
it's
in the
not
same way
loss,
that it's
you
a
mean.
lost... Yeah,
but it's also like the least sexualized Marvel show ever. So
oh, yeah.
So if you... how far do you go to please everyone, and then you just lose everyone?
The big problem is that...
There is no big problem.
No, there is no big problem.
There is a big problem, since it does alienate a lot of people.
Yeah, but if you have like 5 comments from that has a problem with this one thing, that's not a problem.
That's a minor
There
issue.
are hundreds of controversies. There's a review bombing on She-Hulk. None of them has anything to do with the sexualization, because it's not a sexualized show.
No, I know. The show is not sexualized at all. Not even a little bit.
No.
But it comes off that way if you haven't seen it and only see the images.
No, it doesn't.
She-Hulk.
At all.
If you only see the images posted, like if you took a still image of when she's twerking and showed that to a person,
sure, but
that would be their view of it.
That was not a promotion.
No. But you understand my point. If you take only that image and post it on the internet, you can argue in any way you want about it.
Yeah, but like you can do that with any image.
Yes, exactly. I'm not saying She-Hulk the series is sexualized, because it's not.
It's not at all.
No one's saying that.
Anyone can go and make an argument with no grounds on anything. I'm not talking about She-Hulk specifically anymore.
And if you're trying to make something that doesn't have any kind of that imagery that somebody somewhere can have a complaint of, you don't have a show.
Kind of.
But there are some easy things that you can do.
Yeah.
Like not over-proportionize. Proportionize? That's a weird word.
Yeah, but then if you don't over-proportionalize with a CGI character like that, you drop right into Uncanny Valley, and nobody would watch because it would look ugly as fuck.
Yeah, but She-Hulk is already extremely uncanny all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the commercial,
and
on YouTube. That shit looked horrible, and then I watched it on like proper resolution, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
But if it would not have comic proportions, you'd still be, that looks ugly as shit.
Yeah, but
possibly we cannot know.
Yeah, and you can take the comic proportions in something other than the breasts.
No, you can.
Eyes,
face in general.
Yeah,
you can cartoonize it.
Yeah, but then just you end up looking like a cartoon.
Oh yeah, true.
So there's limits, and there's not scaled, but I've never even thought about her having huge tits in that show. Cause
I wouldn't even say that she does have huge.
Yeah, and she's even.
Do you know what?
Fucking pantsuit.
I vote that we can discuss something else because we've become a podcast that's discussing She-Hulk's proportions. Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about nerds, baby.
So, Ørjan, have you been doing something particularly nerdy of late?
Well, I watched the 2 new big fantasy shows.
Oh yeah, I watched the
Rings of Power and House of Dragon.
Yeah.
I
don't care.
Either of them.
Only Rings of Power.
Yeah. You haven't seen House of Dragon?
No.
It's surprisingly good.
I didn't like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's not made by those.
No,
others.
it's not the same people.
Good.
What is?
I don't want to see anything else they make again.
Ooh,
it feels more like just a fantasy show set in the same setting.
Oh.
Because
I might have to check it out then.
I realized in the end of Game of Thrones that the guys who made it can't write.
Yeah.
They can't direct something that someone else has written.
They can adapt.
They can't make their own shit.
Oh.
Because as soon as they went off sort of the script that George R. R. Martin and had written, it's just like boom.
Yeah.
Shitty. And that just tells me that I'm never going to watch anything they originally make.
Fair.
Yeah, and they finished Game of Thrones extra quick so they could go work on Star Wars, and then that fell through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
Well, what did you think of House of the Dragon and Sindre?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either of them. Because
you're the only one here who has seen
I haven't had time.
But Rings of Power, have you seen that one?
My computer is still in pieces.
Yeah. Why? That's the first thing you set up?
No.
Yes.
Because I haven't had time to use it. I could have set it up, but I wouldn't have had time to use it.
That's true.
And I ended up using the room that I'm going to put it up in as a sort of like halfway home for the cats when they move in, because they need a small, safe space.
No, you throw them into the woods.
No. Anyway, I didn't see it, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not as stoked about Lord of the Rings because I believe it's going to be good.
I had no hopes for Rings of Power.
I had hopes, but I had very low expectations.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I now have hopes.
Yes, same.
What about...
I don't know how much I'll talk about it, but you said something to me about a character,
the stranger,
being hinted. Yeah, the stranger. I'm not certain it might be him.
Oh, I think it's definitely Lennart.
Oh, it's a very good probability.
I think
it's not guaranteed.
I think they're trying too hard to make you think it is, so I think it's not. My theory is
that is
it's a rug.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Good idea.
For this is going to be spoilers, but vague spoilers. At the beginning with Galadriel, when they're in this in the fortress with the magic, they mentioned that the torches don't give off heat, and they comment that it's because there's so much evil. And then when the Harfoot falls into the crater that the stranger leaves, no heat, and when he wakes up and starts screaming, all the fire from the crater
disappears.
No, it absorbs into the stranger. Then when it relaxes, it comes back out.
That's a very good theory. I like it.
Cool. I saw some images, or not images, I saw a video of, what's it called again? The underground with the dwarves.
The mountain?
The same place that Gandalf and the hobbits and everyone went through before he fought the Balrog.
Oh, Khazad-dûm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not in what is it called later when they show up in Lord of the Rings? It's Moria.
Mines of Moria.
Or Khazad-dûm.
Yeah, it's the same place.
Yeah,
same place. Just
Khazad-dûm
sounds more awesome.
It looks insane, yes.
Yeah.
It looks
the
awesome.
only problem for right now I have with Rings of Power is that they didn't spend that money on Wheel of Time.
Yeah, same.
I am also sad about that.
But that's understandable.
What I find very interesting is I've seen a lot of the set pieces for the show, and it looks insane.
Oh, it's insane.
But I also read a post by Neil Gaiman about the Sandman show.
Yeah.
And that it was not sure if there would be a second season because of the insane costs of that show.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's too expensive. But he also recently
But where does that money go in that show?
Oh.
Compared to something like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and stuff like that, because most of the show seems to be like in a back alley. Or in a house, or in one
There's
house.
a lot of CGI.
Yeah, it's mostly in sound stages, but it's the CGI and post production and everything.
And you have a few. I don't know if they're expensive though, but you have a few famous actors.
Yeah,
but they are mostly British, so it's like they have nothing
they
to do.
They don't get paid.
So,
but it's all relative. Like some of the most expensive shows to make are the sitcoms.
Yeah.
They start off cheap and then they get expensive.
And then they have to pay the actors.
The actors become expensive.
Yeah.
And a lot of fantasy shows, they just start off a lot more expensive, but still increase as the actors get more famous.
Yeah.
So the Sandman probably has to pay a lot of money to their actors now.
Maybe.
At least the recurring ones, but to be fair, all the recurring ones are new actors, mostly.
Yeah. And say, for example, the Sandman, he can demand a lot of money to return.
Yeah, because he is now iconic for that show. They can't make it without him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they can, he does look like Sandman from the comic though.
Yeah.
But technically speaking, they can replace him and say that, Dream changes faces sometimes.
Of course.
Yeah, they can, but he looks so much like Sandman.
Yeah. And they would lose so much hype.
Yeah, true.
For watching the second season.
But also, like, how expensive versus if they want to make a new season depends entirely on how many people watch it. And,
you
know,
Lord
of the Rings, just by being Lord of the Rings, will have a bigger audience than Sandman.
Yeah.
Probably is, unfortunately.
But that's why you have, like, Marvel is doing with, like, 7 movie contracts before they're even famous.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore.
They don't?
No.
Cool.
They stopped doing that.
Good.
Because
just to have more flexibility.
Yeah. Fair.
And I think they struggled a lot with getting more famous people.
Yeah, and they also ended up using up a lot of those appearances on, they would have, at least in this phase, on small cameo roles. So when Captain America showed up in Thor Dark World, that counted as one of his movies.
And he wasn't even there. He didn't film a scene for it. They did it all in post.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's still counted as an appearance.
And so they paid him almost like it was a movie and all that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So now they can have more flexible, like, this is a cameo contract, this is a movie contract.
That would be like contract. Me coming on here and like in 50 years, it's like, hello. And then I leave again and I get $1 million.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I would love to have that job.
So it's better for the studio, but also much better for the actors.
Very true.
Yeah. So have we done anything not
nerdy?
TV related?
That's also nerdy.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of setting up a 3.5 D&D game.
Yeah.
That's nerdy.
Yeah.
I printed out those character sheets. That was a nostalgic experience.
Yeah, when we were making characters, I was like, yes, I remember under half of this.
Yeah.
I remember like monster stats and like classes and stuff, but I've lost like 60 or 70% of my memory of the game because I haven't played it in like probably like 6 years or something.
I haven't played 3.5 since we made the table to play it on.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
We made a custom board gaming / RPG table.
Yeah, with like shelves that you could pull out.
Yeah.
Holders.
Do you have it still?
No,
it got ruined by flood.
Oh.
When my apartment flooded.
But I might make a new one now that I have a garage.
Yeah.
We actually converted a dining table that we had from before and turned it into this monstrosity of a table, and it was so heavy because it still had the original like chunky frame. And then we put a lot of wood on top of that again.
Oof.
But it had like a felt
it worked
surface.
But it looked like it was functional and not elegant.
Yeah. We never
which is most of its purpose though.
Yes.
We never properly finished it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's just raw wood.
Yeah. And we were sanding it in the living room.
That sounds like young people idiocy.
Yeah, we didn't have anywhere else. We could have taken it down in the basement. Actually.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. By the way, it reminded me. If anyone listening haven't watched the movie Idiocracy,
Oh yeah,
You
that's good.
really should.
I like the comment from the creator, writer, and director of that movie that he's because it kind of failed and have become
It
more
flopped,
unpopular.
kind of.
But he's kind of ashamed that the reason that it's becoming so popular is because it's turning more and more into a documentary.
Yep. That is why I'm recommending it. It's important to watch it.
Yeah.
It will be history soon. I'm so old.
In either this or in either the next episode or the one after that, I want us to talk about immortality.
Oh, yeah.
And before we do so, I want you two to come to my place and watch a movie.
The Man from Earth.
The Man from Earth.
My favorite
I
movie.
haven't watched that
My
one.
favorite movie.
I
don't think you're going to like it. Most people don't.
Is it the horrible truth about immortality?
No.
Oh.
It's just a group of friends
Don't say too much.
sitting in a living room talking.
We'll see it and
Okay.
then we'll talk about it. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about immortality in general.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Can't wait.
I can wait, but
Do
I
we
look forward
watch
to it.
both or just the good one?
I think.
Well,
if there's a good one and a bad one,
it's not bad, but
it's
they're,
just
they're
not
both
as good.
they're both indie movies, and one was made 10 years later,
Yeah, so
And the old one is the good one.
and the old one was written by a Star Trek writer who died just before the movie premiered.
Oh,
It's not terrible, but it's not as good as the original.
Yeah, it doesn't have as good writing.
well, okay. Let's see the original then.
Yeah, and if we have time and we're bored,
Yeah.
let's watch the sequel.
Maybe. We'll see.
Anyway, Ørjan, as you have taken Kenneth's place yet again,
Yay!
and will hopefully continue to do so.
I'm
do you
stuck and I can't get out.
Do you have a movie
Help me,
review
Sephiroth.
for us?
Yes. So this is going to be very relevant to the theme. I'm trying to do that we're going to be talking about. So you have this. We haven't even mentioned the theme yet.
Nope.
So you have this might be a teaser. And since the last one was very easy, and I'm trying to figure out how difficult it should be, this one will probably be too difficult.
Sweet.
But the title is An Insult to Intelligence.
Åvar. No, wait, movie? Oh, sure, sorry.
This movie is plain stupid. No, computer screens do not explode. They implode. A knife falling from a 50 centimeter height cannot acquire enough energy to pierce your chest. And I don't think the professor of French stored a tank of gasoline in her house, which could explain the sudden explosion of the house. I could continue for a long time the list of nonsense present in this movie. I wasted my time and my money. I want a refund and a compensation for one wasted Saturday evening.
One of the Final Destination movies?
Damn it.
I haven't watched any of them, but I know the name.
I have. I don't remember what happens in
But
them,
it's-
that's what I was thinking as well.
The reason for me guessing that is because the Final Destination movie series, whatever you want to call it, is essentially a series of unlikely deaths.
Yep.
And those sounded like unlikely deaths.
Things that shouldn't be possible, but is possible.
No, some of them are
they're
possible.
Absolutely possible.
Yeah, some of them are very possible.
But a lot
Death
of
is
them are
just
not
nudging them away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Increasing the likelihood.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Yeah.
possible.
I haven't watched any of them, and I still guess that.
Oh,
one.
they're good. You should watch them.
Yeah.
They're even rebooting.
We might watch them in Sindre's new house.
Yeah.
So
Or at least one of
I
them.
do think I remember sort of what the solution to those movies are. How you win, how you defeat death.
To be fair, that would probably have been a difficult one in some way, but for some reason my mind just went, this sounds like Final Destination.
I just loved how the first movie starts with that's the highway one, isn't it?
No, the first one is the plain one.
Plain one, yeah. Highway is the second one. Though.
What's the concept again? They all have a traumatic, near-death experience, and
It's
then
one person in a plane or in a on a highway has a vision going forward in time, seeing what will happen, and then he
Yeah.
tries to
He sees the plane blow up and all the people die.
yeah, and then the second one she sees the highway sort of have a
And
chain collision.
And he warns them so they don't get on the plane the plane still crashes.
Oh.
They survive, but
they were supposed to die, and then
yeah. So they start dying in the exact order they would have died if the plane had crashed.
And Final Destination is death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good movies. Well, the first one is really good. And as they do with all horror franchises, they descend in quality, but they get campy fun at the end.
Oh. So more trollololol at the end and less...
More and more like super unlikely, but they're all fun. I would
Yeah.
recommend everyone.
There are what, 5 now?
Yeah.
I like that it's Final Destination, Final Destination 2, Final Destination 3, The Final Destination, Final Destination 5.
Yeah, the Final Destination was supposed to be the final destination. Like that ever gonna
In a series like that, you should never
no.
do that.
And that's probably the worst movie.
It's like Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 2, The Scary Movie, Scary Movie 4. And it's like, what? What happened?
I just think I watched the 2 first one. I don't think
Probably.
I watched these 3.
I haven't watched any of them.
They're pretty good.
Cool.
My only real experience with splatter horror, whatever you want to call it, is Evil Dead.
Of course it is.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Would you categorize this as horror?
it's kind of like the framework for every splatter movie kind of. What?
No, I'm just that they're calling it horror. I understand, but
it's horror.
I feel like it's more just gore. It's not horror.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because
It's essentially a slasher franchise
Without the person.
but slasher being the concept of
Death.
kind of death, which
Well, the concept is destined death,
Yes.
wouldn't it be?
yes.
Mm.
So death is the killer.
Yes.
I feel like it's like having a movie where you know that there's a guy on any open street that might just stab you,
Yeah.
but you don't know when he's coming.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I don't feel like that's horror as much as just gory and
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
There was not a podcast but a YouTube show when they asked the question, for $1 million, would you have a snail that if it touched you, you would die, and it always comes to you? A snail. Would you take $1 million? But for the rest of your life, you have a snail that
No.
follows you, and if it touches you, you die.
I would not.
I would, probably. And I would live on a houseboat.
Or just
And then the first time you visit another boat, the snail enters your boat.
No. You do not know where the snail is.
Snails are smart.
No.
Especially this snail that can somehow
If
track you.
it depends on what kind of snail it is, because if it's a common house garden snail, then if you live on the ocean, it can't get to you because snails don't handle salt.
I might just move to the International Space Station.
Yeah, that would also work.
And then the next time someone comes to the International Space Station,
Yeah.
they brought snails for experiment.
This is the problem with the question, because the snail is never defined as an ordinary snail.
And you do say it always gets to you.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it somehow always gets to you.
Yeah.
Just like Final Destination.
Like a seagull picks it up and drops it on your boat.
Exactly.
Like, say Final Destination, if you were one of those survivors and you were sitting at the opposite side of this table with me, that camera that we have in the roof would have fallen down, hit you in the face, broken your nose.
And gone into my brain.
No, it wouldn't. It would have hit the ladder, which then would have knocked down the light, which then would have hit the chair, which flew into the air and then landed on you.
Yeah.
No, I think one of the wall wooden wall boards would have loosened, hit the light standing there, and it would have tipped over and hit me in the head and electrocuted me.
Yeah, or something like that.
Something like that.
Now that would have just knocked you slightly unconscious, but you would wake up later to see the table is burning.
Yeah,
And then
possibly.
the door is locked.
Yeah, you left me and locked me inside.
Full circle. And
Yeah. It's a Rube Goldberg series of events.
And if it was you two, that lamp behind you would fall down and wrap around Ørjan's neck and strangle him in some way, I think.
Yeah. But it's very interesting how sort of like it has a premise that death is actually like, you cheated me.
Yeah, an entity in such a way.
Everyone who's supposed to die has to die.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Except if you're immortal.
Yeah.
But what happens if you do die and then you're resurrected. As in CPR.
Yeah, I enjoy the question because depending on multiple fantasy options, some of them are that if you get resuscitated by CPR, you weren't supposed to die yet, which is why you did get CPR to survive.
Yeah, but in this scenario, you've already missed the plane. And then you die.
And then
we
if you
kill
are
you
brought
and
back,
then we bring you back.
then you...
Would death then continue haunting you?
But in Final Destination, you wouldn't die like that. You'd be decapitated.
Yeah, there would be no way
There's
to
no
get
way
you back.
No, but I mean, like, we manually kill you. We kill you.
Oh, yeah.
We don't let death kill you.
So, like,
we
you
kill
stand there with the electric pedals and just go, and you go, and then
wait
we
for a
bring
few
you back.
minutes and then bring you back, yeah.
I can't remember if they tried something like that.
I think they did because that's not the solution to it.
No.
That would be too easy for the movies.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a far too logical solution.
Yeah, but I know a few like type style fantasy universes and stuff like where that would count.
Buffy.
Buffy, for example.
Yeah, Buffy would count.
She dies. Another Slayer. She comes back. We now have two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's amazing.
And
So
then they have multiple.
And I kind of like the second one better.
She's too gullible.
Yeah.
But she is very like...
Bamf.
Yeah.
The actor.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh, I don't remember her anymore.
What, the second one or the
Yeah.
first one?
The second one. She's done some cool projects later.
Dollhouse.
No, she did.
Dollhouse, yeah, that's the one.
Oh, that second one. I was thinking of the black woman.
True Calling.
Oh, no. Yeah. I can't
She's been
remember the name.
in a couple of things amongst other Dollhouse, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Which is...
That's what he said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. I had heard something else. But yeah, she's been in a couple of things.
Lisa Dushko.
And the first one is Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
She, for some reason, got even more famous by being in...
Scream.
Yeah, but...
Amongst other things.
No, she was in like... Bad Instinct? She was like horny teen woman, something.
Right.
I don't remember. I didn't watch the movie particularly, so...
Just like you.
But I'm not a teenager.
Anyway, did you guys see the special episode of Sandman?
I only have.
Yes.
I've only seen the first episode.
The cat one?
Is there a second one?
Or do you mean the first episode?
first
of the entire
episode.
Or the very
entire
first
series?
episode?
Yes.
What?
Oh, damn.
Why?
Because I've
Aw.
had other things to see.
Oh,
So now we're going to spoil everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's okay. I've read the comics.
Yeah.
me as well.
So in the special episodes, you had a cat one. I don't care about that one today.
It was nice.
It was nice. It was fun. David Tennant's in it.
Yeah, but not justified.
Oh, you guys were expecting so much.
Yeah, I had to go into the IMDb page, and check who his character was because I couldn't recognize who he
You
was.
didn't recognize the voice?
No.
Hmm.
He is speaking properly Scottish in that one.
Yeah,
But I noticed right away.
I did not.
I love that
Of
voice.
course you do. You're a fanboy.
Yeah.
I am also
he
a
basically,
fanboy, but
Not that hard.
yeah, but I didn't recognize him, which
so
makes it bad.
in the first of these special episodes, it's animated and it has a lot of cats. It's all about cats.
Mhm.
But in the start, you do have a couple of humans, and the owner of one of these kittens is David Tennant,
Mm.
who's voicing a character who you only ever see
The feet,
shadow of or the feet of.
the feet, and I believe the hands.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, as he's carrying the kitten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
Yep.
But I feel they did David Tennant dirty.
But the second one is about the Muse.
What?
The Muse.
Or was there a secondary? Oh, that one, yes.
Yeah.
That's
After
a
the
really
cat
good
one
episode.
finished. Yeah, it's very
And that's, yeah, both are from the comic, though.
Yeah.
The special episodes, I mean.
Yeah.
But the Muse one
good.
was...
But this one
nice.
has... no, is it this one? No.
Hmm?
No. It's
Say
just
it.
good.
Come on.
No.
I know you can.
No. It's very good. I'm not going to say too much about it.
Yeah.
Because it's very new still. It
Yeah.
just came out
True.
a few days before the last step.
Highly
That's
recommended,
absolutely
though.
But in the Sandman, especially in one of the last episodes.
I believe it
Or-
is the very last non-special episode.
This one is, but I mean in the general episodes. In episode I think it's 5 or 6, we have a very nice episode with Death,
Yes.
where Death has
That's
a
your favorite
conversation
character,
with
isn't it?
him.
Mine?
Yeah.
No, I think I
Oh.
prefer Sandman slightly more, but Death is one of my top of that series. But actually, I've gotten higher and higher expectations from Lust so far for that particular series.
Cool.
But I do very much enjoy Death personified in series and movies.
Yeah.
I think
Final Destination is a little bit too disembodied for me to enjoy the character of Death.
Yeah, of
there
course.
is no actual personified Death there.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite character in Sandman is Jenna Louise Coleman.
Quoi?
It has to be someone for Doctor Who, or otherwise it doesn't count.
Oh, you mean the actress, Jenna Louise Coleman?
Yeah.
So you mean Constantine?
Yes, Joanna.
Ah, she's playing Constantine.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
She
this
is.
very cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gender bent Constantine.
Yes, very much. Well, not that much so, but yes, gender bent Constantine. She does the role very well,
Yeah, she does.
and it's very interesting.
Cool.
She's an amazing actress.
She is
She played Victoria.
Victoria.
Yes, Queen Victoria.
Queen
Oh, yeah.
Victoria.
In the series Victoria.
I haven't watched it.
But yeah, I really
The personification of Death in this particular series, which is Sandman, now played by a black woman.
Cool.
In the comic book, she is exceptionally white,
Yeah.
and I have to point out, I love it.
A pale goth girl.
Yeah, very pale goth girl, but she's bubbly. Her
Yeah,
personality is bubbly,
Very
Yeah.
much so.
and in the comic book and in the series, it's such a nice break from what's typical
Yeah.
for Death personified.
Yeah. Is it your favorite personification of death in
No.
media? No.
My favorite one is still Discworld Death.
I haven't read this.
He is
one.
an anthropomorphic personification of death.
How about Bill and Ted's?
I don't remember Death and Bill and Ted.
I think I have.
He's a major
I've-
character in the
Yeah, I
series.
think
I-
I've watched half of one of the Bill and Ted movies.
Aw.
I barely remember Bill and Ted. I need to rewatch before watching
New one?
the new one.
Mm.
Yeah, they're so good.
But no, I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
the ones that spring to mind, like personified death, is Discworld and the Sandman, obviously, and one more, but I can't recall it right now.
Marvel Comics.
Yeah, but that one I haven't read enough for her to
No.
be like memorable for me.
She hopefully shows up soon.
Probably,
In
I hope
MCU.
so. Yeah, I hope so.
I really like the Sandman one just because of the happy approach to death.
Yeah,
How
Yeah.
oh, you're my new friend, come with me style.
Death in Sandman. If you haven't watched the series, this will not be a spoiler as such. Death in Sandman is the kind death.
Yeah.
Not the brutal or the cold-hearted, just the kind death. A friend at the end of the road,
Mm.
which is a very nice
Yeah,
death.
absolutely.
In Discworld, death is work, essentially.
Yeah.
It's your time now. Sorry. Very British death, actually, when I think about it.
And you recently watched Dead Like Me, which is not
Yes, and that's
per
also...
se,
yeah.
but it's Grim Reapers.
It is a personification of death,
Yeah.
but...
And that's very much a
it-
job.
Yeah, that's very much a job, but it's not a personification of death, it's a personification of reaping,
Yeah.
which is slightly different, but I do enjoy it very much. And there it's very much a job where they go like, snip and like, what am I supposed to do? You're dead now. It's not, I'm going. Bye. Which I do like,
Yeah.
but it's more the representation of reapers
yeah.
instead of the representation of death, the concept.
I really enjoyed the original Death in Supernatural, if you've seen that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
The old man with the ring.
Mm.
I really like that character.
Yeah, that one was good.
And just when he realized that it was finished. Just
Yeah.
like, sure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Break time.
And then in New Death, I really never cared much for.
Mm.
she was just angry at the brothers all the time and showed up to tell them that she hates them because they don't follow her rules.
Yeah.
And then, okay, bye.
But yeah, I like the older one, skinny, older,
Yeah.
wears a suit, has a ring, and a walking cane, I believe.
Yeah.
And everything is just a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's like, yes, hello.
Yeah.
Your brother lost his soul. Oh, well. What do you want me to do?
Couldn't care
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's actually kind of reminiscent of the Discworld one. Because the Discworld one is literally the person, like, he is death. And in the same as in Supernatural, when everything stops existing, and I mean everything, he will stop existing. But he has perfect memory. Well, a unique memory, actually, which is he can remember the past and the future.
Yeah.
So everything that will happen, he already remembers, which is strange because it's also a tip of the hat to predestination because he can't do anything about it.
Because death is predestined. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just like that we just talked about immortality, that we're going to watch movies and talk about immortality, and now we're talking about death.
Yep.
And that made me think of the Sandman again, with Death, the character there.
Yep.
And this, the friend of Dream, the guy he makes immortal, or at least live.
Oh
for a
yeah,
very long
that
time.
I think it was like 11th or 13th century man.
Yeah.
That he made immortal.
Yeah. I would just like to have a conversation between Death and this guy after
one full episode.
Yeah, after a long time has passed, longer than already, like say 700-800 more years. Not like at the point where we're seeing.
But that person that he made immortal is such an enjoyer of life.
Yeah,
it's like.
But he did lose it at one point.
Yeah, but it was just slightly.
Yeah.
So if you've read the comic books, there's a person that Death made essentially a bet with Dream. That if someone was not allowed to die, they would eventually hate life sufficiently to ask for death. And this person is shown in the TV series.
Yeah, they meet every 100 years.
I enjoy that character. I like the part that he's immortal, but the thing I like about him is he is such a typical, like stereotypical human. It's like, oh, we had the Black Plague some time ago, but that was fine. Now I'm making money. It's like, what the fuck? But my entire family died, but I'm rich now.
I really want to pick up that discussion.
Yeah.
On our immortality episode.
We got to do that.
Yeah.
And our feelings around that and what.
I think I've stated it before,
means.
but I'd happily do it again.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Ørjan, now that we've talked about death for so long, do you have a quiz for us about death?
Oh, yes. Very much so. Do you have buzzers?
Death.
Damn it. I can't. I was about to go bong, but I've done that one before, like the dead tolling of the dead. Okay, yeah. Like a zombie.
All right. So, question number 1. In Marvel Comics, death is in a love triangle with which 2 characters? Åvar.
It's Deadpool, and problem is I don't remember the other one, which is a purple man that uses a gauntlet of power with 5 stones that I can't remember the name of right now. I feel this is unfair because I can't remember names, so I'm rambling, but I feel I get that point. That's fair.
Yes,
death.
Of course.
Deadpool and Thanos?
Her husband,
Thanos, yes.
Her husband.
Yeah, her husband, but she loves Deadpool,
And
but she's married to Thanos.
And Thanos loves death.
Yeah.
And
I remember the exact character, not his name.
Yeah.
Thanos.
All right.
Thanos.
So that's 1 point forward.
The inevitable.
In DC Comics, what symbol does Death wear as a necklace? Åvar.
Is it the Ankh?
Yes.
So an Egyptian symbol for afterlife, I believe?
Afterlife, immortality,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
It's a circle and a cross, essentially.
Yes. Nice. All right.
I don't know comics.
No, then you'll like this one. In Supernatural,
Oh,
who killed Death?
I don't remember.
it's been so long.
Been a long time.
Time without you, my friend.
Yeah, who killed Death? Sindre.
I'm gonna make a guess.
Sindre.
Jensen.
Okay.
Yes, Dean.
Oh, Dean. Okay.
Yes, Jensen Ackles did in fact kill Death.
No.
I was pretty sure it was Dean.
I was about to
just-
say God,
All right,
but I don't.
so
I hate answering if I'm not 100% sure that my answer is correct.
Oh no, I make
Yeah.
guesses.
of course, then that's why he wins.
Yeah, I know.
So that's 2-1.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know who's gonna get, but in Bill and Ted, what games do they play against death in order to escape from hell? Åvar.
Chess. Or is
No.
it multiple?
You just need to name one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. One of 4.
Then I'll guess chess.
No,
Ping pong.
Sindre. Do you have a guess? Yes.
I have no idea. Tennis.
No. They play. Yeah.
What's it called? The bumper table.
Pong.
No, not pong.
The flippers.
Flippers.
No. They played Battleship, Clue, Electric Football, and lastly, Twister.
Of course.
I don't remember.
All
any
the
of
drunk
this.
games.
It's been so long.
Or all
since I
the
watched that
stoner
movie.
games.
All right. So if Sindre gets this last one, it's a tie. In Discworld, what is the name of Death's horse? Åvar.
Pinky!
Yes.
Very good
If
horse.
I get this one. I haven't read
It's a
Discworld.
fantastic horse. It can travel through time and space.
I haven't read Discworld. I have barely read comics.
I've watched a couple of movies and small series. I highly recommend Word Sisters, obviously, but I also recommend, you can find it on YouTube, Soul Music, I believe it's called. It's a small homage to rock, British rock mostly. Yeah, good animated movies. Typical British animation. And you have some real life ones, which include the actor who also plays Frost, the detective series. The actor, I don't remember his name, but you have he's playing the character of Rincewind, which is the worst wizard of Discworld. He is completely and utterly incompetent at being a wizard, but in The Color of Magic, you have a good boy as a guest actor, which is Frodo's friend,
Sam.
Frodo has
Samwise Gamgee. He is the actor which plays a tourist to the city of Ankh-Morpork.
Cool.
Discworld is a fantastic series.
Yeah, very
I wish
British,
they make
British
more of it.
humor, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised you enjoy it.
Yes, I enjoy British humor.
Yeah.
I don't remember the actor's name now.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I usually know that name.
I just remember barely his Lord of the Rings name. Samwise Gamgee. I'll never leave you, Frodo. Frodo Baggins.
Boil them, mash them, stick in a stew.
Mm.
Give 'em in a stew.
Potatoes.
Take a minute to.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He is the definition of a good boy.
I really like in Sandman and in Supernatural, Cain and Abel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Although in Supernatural you only ever have Cain,
Yeah.
Yes.
while in Sandman you have both.
Of course, you only have Cain. He killed Abel.
Yeah.
Yep.
You actually
Long time ago.
have Cain in Lucifer, the series as well,
Yeah, right.
Mm.
which I feel is meh.
It's a good
I
show if you don't think of it as a Sandman-related show.
Yeah.
Cain is
But
really good.
There's a
really
movie I actually enjoyed a little bit, which is He Never Died. It's a very niche movie. I'll check it out later and you can maybe watch it. I liked it. It's not fantastic, but it's okay.
Is it about Cain and Abel?
No.
What's it about?
It's about a guy that doesn't die and
Oh.
he eats people.
Cool.
All right.
It's a weird movie.
Yeah.
I like
No,
weird movies.
I really loved Kane in Supernatural.
Mm.
Really intense, really like the fact that he has this mark that makes him kill people and it's not just like him.
Yeah.
Him being a murderer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was surprised when the actor that plays Kane showed up in Supernatural because I ever only saw him in Psych. So it's like this goofy cop from Psych shows up.
Is
and
that
it's like-
Kane?
yeah,
And
and
it
dark,
has this-
brutal
Because
Kane.
I think this is the part of Supernatural I haven't watched.
Uh,
Because I fell off around like season 6 or
Yeah.
7.
It's probably right before Kane.
Yeah, then probably right before Kane. But
Because-
it's the main actor from Psych.
no, it's the cop, the hard-nosed cop that he assists. The old dude.
I don't remember. You'll have to show me.
But then how different Kane is in the Sandman.
What do you mean?
Just from Supernatural, he's a very like shut-in, quiet guy, never barely talks, and he has like all the time anger issues.
Yeah.
But he is compelled by a magical tattoo to
Yeah.
kill people. So
And then in the Sandman, you have these two goofy characters who just sometimes get angry and then kills.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up again.
which one? None of them?
Was it not Psych? Yes. The white guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'll pop up a photo.
Oh, that guy.
Pop up a photo on the YouTube video so people can see what we're talking
I
about.
see who you mean now.
Yeah.
I've seen him in some other things as well. But
Yeah. And it is usually like everything I've seen him from before Supernatural was comedies, and then he suddenly
Yeah.
said this super dark, broody. Kane.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I think all I've seen him in
Awesome.
as well as just comedy stuff.
I was,
Or sitcom-y comedy things.
I was impressed with his range.
Mm.
Sadly, today I have to admit a mistake.
Oh?
Last episode, we forgot to spin the wheel of games.
Well, you can blame me since I was disrupting the natural flow of things.
Fair enough.
It was a different,
Ørjan, it's all your fault.
it was a very different episode, but it's my responsibility, so it's my burden to bear.
Okay.
Yes.
So after the episode, we did spin the wheel.
Yes. And what game did we get?
We got Zoro.
Which I also didn't get to play
No,
No.
we played with Kenneth.
because
You will get to play next week.
Yeah.
Next
Okay.
time.
The game that we're playing after this, the one that we're going to
Yeah.
spin for this time, is the game that you will play with us.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be ironic if my first game was Nemesis?
Nemesis.
Not nemesis.
Just
Not
Kenneth
nemesis.
don't get to play it, but I do.
But I think we should.
If we actually do draw nemesis, I think we will make it a 4-player game and just have
Maybe.
him with them.
No, he can just sit and watch.
Oh yeah, true. He can just watch and not play.
Yeah.
We should kick this off by talking about Zoro.
Yeah.
And luckily, this guy's played it at least like 15 times before.
Yep.
That's more than me.
So, Åvar, you've played it the least. That means you get to talk about it last.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Ørjan,
That means I have to start.
what do you think of
But
Zoro?
I didn't play with you.
I know.
No, but you have played it.
I don't know what rules you messed up.
We didn't mess up any rules on that one.
We
actually.
probably didn't.
Yeah. It's definition of a filler game.
Yeah.
Very easy to bring. It works a lot better with more players.
Yeah.
Yes, you could technically play it with 2, but then it's just a stalling until the end. And then,
Yeah.
but if you have like 7 people, it's really fun.
I've only played it with 4, I believe,
Yeah.
at max.
But there's also almost no skill. It's just luck, basically.
There's a
you
little
can
bit-
plan a little bit.
There's a little bit of skill in the end to plan where you're going at the
Yeah.
very end if you're just a few people left.
To live.
And it's not completely filled already.
Mm.
But if you have 7 people, there's just no skill because
So it's just find the one tile you have that doesn't end up with you dying and place that.
So utter chaos.
Yes.
I love it.
So when we were playing Me, Kenneth Nova, I was able to plan a little bit that
Mhm.
made me win the game. But I was just like the two last bricks. I was
Yeah.
able to plan enough that
And I believe it was Kenneth who screwed me over by placing a tile that made me die.
Mm.
And then when I met Kenneth, I placed one tile that made him return on his own path. That was guaranteed on my next tile if I had the right tile, and I did on my hand. So I planned my last two tiles correctly, and he ended up
And died.
died.
Mm.
So yeah, it's very much a filler game. It's a
Yeah.
game that you can always have in your bag. Just
Yep. If you're waiting for the last person to show up for game night, just play a round or two with Sura.
there's no setup. There's no nothing. It's just you
Yeah.
take it out of the box, you start playing.
Mm.
Hand out some tiles. Put the rest in the middle.
What grade would you give it?
Well, if I'm going to follow your rating things, it would have to be always bring along, because you always bring it along.
Yeah.
But I'm not really a fan of filler games. I don't play. I would rather just go straight into the 8-hour marathon game.
Mm.
Yeah, but this is not a game that you would bring to a Twilight session, for example.
No, but
But then that would be a Twilight session.
yes,
It's
Yeah.
pre-planned.
Yeah, I know, but that means it's not an always bring along.
but
Mm.
but any session where you haven't planned for Twilight Imperium, which is like every other time. So even if you've planned for like a 4-hour game, you bring it along just in case you play one before or after.
Yeah.
You are pointing out the weakness in having always bring it along as a 9.
Yeah, because it's not a 9,
It makes sense.
but it is
to-
always bring
yeah,
it along.
it makes sense to have always bring it along as a 9, but you also bring along these types of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might have to change the scale slightly.
Yeah, well,
I would say that this always bring it along means that it's the game that you want to play, not just the game that you have in reserve.
Mm.
Yeah, so I bring it along specifically to play it.
Yeah.
At that
That is-
case, I guess
That also doesn't work.
no.
Because I would say that, we need to change the scale,
Yeah,
but a 10 is unachievable
Yeah.
in
No.
my mind.
No.
10 does not exist.
You'll find your 10.
No,
yes,
I am a pessimist. 10 does not exist.
yeah, it does.
If 10 does not exist, 9 is 10 for you.
No, a 9 is slightly below perfection. And perfection does not exist.
But it's not supposed to be the ultimate unbeatable game. It's supposed to be the best game you know about.
Yeah.
That's the same with
But-
school grades. I had a teacher say that never gave out 6s. Never.
Then,
Never get
then a
out
5
eight.
is a 6.
Yeah, and that's his point. So
Yeah.
for
That's
you,
the
a
same with
9 is a
scale.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a difference. Because there's a difference between perfection and getting the highest grade.
But this is the highest grade.
Yeah, it sort of means that 10 is sort of the game that all the other games you rate aspires to be. So if there is no 10, then there's no game to aspire to. And then the 9 game is actually the best game, which all other games aspire to. And then 10 is just like
Yeah.
the god that doesn't exist.
Yes, exactly. 10 is the perfect
But-
angel that God made that
But then we
cannot
basically,
appear.
for you, we basically need to say that 1 is stay away.
Yeah.
And
Because you just
Yeah,
knock
we just need to-
down everything
yeah.
else. If there's no
but
10.
anyway, so what I'm thinking about with all
To be fair, I have been called a pessimist many a time.
Yeah.
So,
But what I mean by always bring it along is, say Ørjan invites us to a
Mm.
board gaming night, but doesn't specify any games.
yes.
The game that you would pick to bring
the one game.
every
The one
single
game.
time. No, the games. So
Also,
yeah,
among the games I
Yeah.
would pick to bring along, Tsuro would probably would be
yeah.
one
Right.
of them.
So if you could bring one, this is one of the ones.
every single time you're invited to a board gaming night,
Yeah.
is this a game you would bring along? That's why it's 9, because you don't bring it-
For me, it would be an 8.5 then, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's I wouldn't bring it along every single time because then you get tired of it.
Yeah.
But I plan out such things, so.
Yeah.
it's like if I owned Battlestar Galactica in my personal collection, I would bring it along every time someone invited me to a board gaming night.
Every time?
Every
Until
time.
you got sick and tired of it?
Depends if we're actually playing it, because we're not actually playing it.
Oh.
I bring it along because please play with me every time. And sure, I might get tired of it. I might get tired of any games.
But
until I get tired of it, this is a 9 or 9.5 or 10.
Excuse-moi, but that means I couldn't possibly give Twilight Imperium a 9 because you'd never bring that along.
Haha.
But you'd want to.
Twilight Imperium is not even a 10 or 9. Ha 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 ha.
It does ruin the scale because it's not a standard board game.
Yeah.
But if you could,
We
would
need
bring
to
it along
rework
every
the
time.
scale.
But the names are just fluffy.
Yeah,
It's the
it
best value.
On a scale from 1 to 10,
Yes.
ignoring the things,
Yes.
0 for me is probably 8.5.
Yeah.
I really, really like it. It's really simple, and it's a fast in-between game.
And you
really
can't forget
enjoy
that it also looks good.
It does look very nice.
Yeah.
I would have preferred the not the tiles, but the pieces be actual stone.
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed that.
There's also a
Or metal.
Zero of the Seas version. Have you played that?
No,
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, I think I have, but long ago now.
Pretty much the same, but it adds rules, which for me kind of ruins the game because it's supposed to be simple.
What's your grade?
7.
7. Personally, I'm struggling with this one because of the same things that you guys are saying.
Mm.
Because I wouldn't say that this game is as good as Pandemic, for example. But I also want to set the same grade to it.
Yeah, it's not as good, but you'd probably play it more often.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
it's on a scale of its own.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put it at a
filler scale.
blank 8 as a very good game.
If you scale it on the scale of in between games, how would it go?
In between games, it's probably a 9.
Yeah, because
If we're just rating it along with Love Letter and all the other...
It depends entirely how many players you have.
yes,
Just,
if we have only 2 players, no, I won't even play it. I'll suggest something else.
Even with 3,
Uh,
you need more. You need a
3
full board
was
for chaos.
fine, but it was slow and it has a slow start because
Yeah, exactly.
if you could say limit the size of the board, it would probably
maybe,
actually
or you
be a
can
little
just
bit
do
better.
what I did, which is, oh, Kenneth, you're starting up there. Hello, I'm coming the other way.
Yeah, we were all.
I
And by
go for chaos.
but by doing that, you just handed the victory to Sindre
yeah,
immediately when
basically.
you're 3.
Yeah, but I just chose one randomly
Yeah.
between them and just like, hello.
Okay, and before I forget, because I almost did, we need to roll for a new game.
Yeah.
Spin.
Mm-hmm.
Spin the wheel
Not
of
Nemesis.
game.
The wheel.
Not Nemesis.
Not
Not
Nemesis.
No.
Oh no, wait, Nemesis if
Nemesis.
Kenneth can only watch.
Nemesis.
Nemesis if Kenneth can
Nemesis.
only watch.
Nemesis. Oh, I have to
What was that?
scroll down. Blood Rage.
Cool.
Blood
I don't
Rage?
think I've played that before.
Which one is that again?
Have you played Blood Rage before, Ørjan?
Many times.
Is it
Many
good?
times.
Is it
Explain
fun?
it to me so I can remember it.
It's the Viking game in the Seaman trilogy. Ragnarok.
Oh, is the where you one area explodes every turn or something?
The world shrinks every turn because it's being destroyed by Ragnarok.
I've played that one before once or twice. I really like it.
I don't think I've played it, but it sounds fun.
But it's the first game in that trilogy. So the first one is Norse mythology, the second one is Japanese mythology, and the third one is Egyptian mythology.
What's the second one called?
Rising Sun.
Rising Sun. Right, that one I've seen.
That one you have played.
That one you have played.
Yes.
Is that why it looks...
Rising Sun.
Rising Sun.
I feel like it looks like something I've played.
And
but
they
it's
call
not.
the Rising
Yeah, I've played Rising Sun.
There's a trilogy with
That's why
the
it looks
same
so
designer
familiar,
and the same artist and
Cool.
the same theming, but with different mechanics.
Cool.
Very cool.
Okay, I am very much looking forward to try this game. But
Yeah, we played it on stream, I believe.
Did we play Rising Sun on stream?
No,
Stream.
we played it.
Oh yeah, we played it outside of stream.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have played it once.
We played the whole trilogy in one night.
Oh, cool.
We did.
That
I
was
enjoyed them.
Fun.
Yes, it was fun.
And we have yet again come to the end of an episode. If you enjoy what we're doing here, please like and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please hit the notification bell below to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Thank you all for listening and have a magical day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.